Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing good. In today's quick video, I want to share with you the real limits on Facebook and Instagram when it comes to messages and requests. And I believe that this is going to be really valuable because, of course, if you can send more messages and requests every single day, your results are going to increase and everything is going to be better, basically. And I wanted to share with this because these are the lessons that I saw after sending almost 20,000 messages mainly on Facebook. And basically these are the limits that I found on Facebook, and now I am testing the limits on Instagram, but these are pretty similar. These are platforms that are pretty similar. So I want to share with you the limits that I saw. Now, the main thing that I wanted to say here is that you have to be careful with the things that you hear online, because remember that most people actually haven't done this stuff in real life. Most of the times they say something that someone else told them. They regurgitate, I think that is the word. They say the same thing that someone else is saying, and because of that you are going to end up using a strategy that is not even working anymore. However, it is always the best thing to try things for yourself, and in my experience these are the limits that I saw. And just a quick disclaimer, actually here I am not talking about being spammy, about using bots that are not going to work really, because when you use bots you are not personalizing your messages, you are not building a genuine relationship with your prospects, and yeah, bots are not real, and Facebook and Instagram can easily recognize if you are using a bot, and then that's when they can block your account faster, so you don't want to be in that position. But here I am talking about genuine messages. But the thing here is that, of course, if you send more messages, if you reach out to more people, that is going to be more powerful. Now, when it comes to Facebook, after sending almost 250 messages for almost 2 weeks, I mean, I was not doing this every single day, but I did this almost for 10 days. I can tell you for sure that you don't have to send more than 200 messages a day, because if you pass this number, even if they are your friends, even if they are people that you know, you are going to get restricted. Now, the cool part about all of this is that even if you get restricted, you are going to get restricted for 1 or 2 days. And after that, everything is going to go back to normal and you can send again 150 messages, 200 messages, and nothing is going to happen to you. Of course, for example, if you just got restricted, you are not going to send 180 messages the next day. But overall, you don't have to pass this number. However, if you go to 150, 180, 190, and 90, you are not going to have any issues. And when it comes to new conversations, because of course this is one of the most important parts, you can only send 50 messages per day. In some cases, the reason why I didn't try sending more messages is because when I was sending more than 5 to 10 messages per hour, actually I was getting restricted. So I didn't try to hit new limits, and maybe you can try those limits, but for sure I can tell you that 50 messages for new people that are not in your friends list, this limit is, this number right here is a pretty good limit. But when it comes to friend requests, you can actually send 80 to 90 friend requests every single day, and ideally you have to send 9 per hour. I don't know why, but I saw that when I used to send 10 requests per hour, I usually got, well, when it comes to friend requests, you don't get restricted, you only get like a temporal block, but again, this only lasts like 1 or 2 days. But when I was using this number, 9, I don't know why, but I didn't hit that. I was not getting restricted anymore multiple times, if that makes sense. So I didn't hit those limits again, and 9 was a really good number for me. Now, yeah, something else is that you have to be careful with how many times you press the friend request button, because even if you press the button and even if it says you are not friends with this person or something like that, even if that's the case, still that counts as a friend request. Or even if you click friend request and then you realize that maybe that was not a good prospect and then you cancel that request, still that counts as a friend request. So technically speaking, you can only click the friend request button 80 times per day, and that's the limit that I saw. And when it comes to Instagram, you can actually send 60 to 100 messages a day. So this is basically 5 to 10 per hour. And I know that this is a pretty big range, but this depends on how old is your account. So if your account is really old, if your account is really, if you have a lot of conversations with Instagram already, if it is warmed up, then you can send even 100 messages and you are not gonna have any issues. But if this is a new account, or even if you paid for an aged account, for an aged Instagram account, still I think that you have to be a little bit more careful. But basically this is the limit when it comes to Instagram. And yeah, when it comes to other actions that you can do on Instagram, I mean, you can do more of them, but yeah, that is just a different strategy, because for example, with the follow and follow method, you have a limit. You're gonna hit like 7,500 followers, and then you have to delete those followers. So that's a completely different strategy. But when it comes to messages, these are the limits that I saw. And like I said, my main experience was on Facebook, but now I am starting to test more strategies on Instagram, and I saw that we are getting good responses on Instagram as well. But of course, the most important thing here is having a method that actually turns prospects into booked appointments. Because if you have this method, a good template and a good framework in order to turn these prospects into booked appointments, then of course you can take advantage of all of this traffic that will get into your environment, into your world, into your ecosystem, so to speak. So those are the limits. And just a side note, of course, something that I forgot to say, if they reply to one of your messages, if people are having conversations with you already, then you can send as many messages as you want. But even if they are already familiar with you, you can only send 200 messages on Facebook. And the main message here is that you don't have to be afraid to test new limits on Instagram and Facebook, because nothing bad is going to happen. You are not going to get restricted for weeks or months or forever. You are just going to get a restriction for 1 or 2 days. That happened to me almost 6-7 times. So that's why I can share with you this information. But it's okay, nothing bad is going to happen to you. So you can send more messages, but of course, if you are selling a good service, a good product, why not talking with more people? Why not reaching out to more people? That's the main thing that I think is important right here. So that's it for this quick video. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you need more help when it comes to the templates and the frameworks that you are using with your messages, then send me a message and I would love to share with you some of the messages and templates that are actually giving me a lot of responses, a high response rate, and I would love to share that with you. So just send me a message and I will send you the scripts, the templates, some of the things that I have been using. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.